Well, that's pretty heavy. At this point, I kind of want to take a moment of silence from my friend Fred. He was killed this morning by the Hollenbeck Police Department. So, out of respect, and hopefully his family has the strength and courage to get through this, I'll just like to take a moment and pray for him. Well, I'm Romel Lopez, and I've been thinking a lot about this day. I've been reflecting a lot on my life, and like I said in that interview, I never thought in a million years I would be at UCLA right now. Never, never, never. I live in something called family housing in Westwood. There's a Trader Joe's across street from my house. And I know things are different. The other day, a few months ago, when I first moved over there, my daughter, we went to the supermarket, right, and we bought milk, and she asked me, "Is it organic?" I'm like, what? Is it organic milk, right? When I first went to Homeboy Industries, I just got out of prison, and I tried to find jobs at other places, but I had no work history. I was in my mid-20s, and I have never worked before in my life. So I went through agencies and stuff like that, and the one agency called me, and they asked me if I knew how to drive a stand-up forklift. And I said, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. I want to work. So I got dropped off in Vernon, and the manager told me, jump on the forklift and move it, right? Move this pallet into the truck, the container. And I jumped on it, and I don't know if anyone's ever seen a stand-up forklift. It's like a joystick. I've never seen it in my life. So when I tried to move it, the horn went off, beep, right? And the manager was like, do you know how to drive this? And I was like, no, I don't know how to drive it, But I'll learn. Just give me a few minutes, and I'll pick it up. I'm a fast learner. I really want to work. So he told me, you know what, just go ahead and load everything up manually, and just do that. So I worked extra hard, and I try to make a good impression. And after the job was over, he told me, okay, well, if I need anyone else to help me, I'll make sure to ask for you specifically at the agency. But I already knew he wasn't going to hire me no more. And it was about 3 in the morning, and the buses weren't running, so I had to walk home. I walked from Vernon to Commerce. My feet were hurting so bad. I remember I told people that I didn't want to take my boots off. I wanted to take my feet off, Finally, but I had already went to Homeboy Industries, and I applied, and then I seen the committee, and I started working there April 15th, 2011. And I was there for about 15 months. I was a mess. I was a hot mess. I couldn't see my kids. I was being sued by State Farm for 15 grand, so I couldn't get a license. I was a grown-ass man on a bike, and taking the bus, trying to get back and forth to work. And the lawyer at Homeboy Industries, we started from scratch, and we went to court to get visitation rights on my kids. I just wanted to be able to see them. We started duking it out with State Farm, and little by little, things started coming into play. Started getting promoted. I became a tour guide. Once we settled with State Farm, they went down from 15 grand to 5. We settled, and I started making payments. I actually just finished paying them off last year. That's it, done. And I ended up getting my visitation rights. And my kids were in a pretty bad situation, and I didn't realize what was going on. So I just went in and I snatched them up. I said, you know what, you guys are going to come with me. And it was supposed to be a temporary thing. But since 2012, I've had my 2 oldest kids. And this September, it'll be 2 years that I have my 4-year-old with me. When I went to ELAC, I became a single father too, right? And I think one of the most important things I'm doing with them is I'm normalizing education for them. This is normal. They see me. I do homework with them. Like, we have a table, we have printers, we have laptops, and we sit down sometimes and do homework together. Then they knew East Los Angeles College like the back of their heads. They knew where every department's at. They knew the administrative staff. But it wasn't easy. In the beginning, like, some staff would give me a hard time about taking my kids to class. I was a single parent. I didn't have all the resources that I have now. I ended up becoming student body president. Yeah, at ELAC. When I graduated on stage with everyone else, with like all the staff. Some crazy things. I got to go to Washington, Sacramento, and when I transferred out to UCLA, I worked at Homeboy for 15 months. Then I went to ELAC. I was at ELAC for 3.5 years, and I transferred out to UCLA. I'm there now, and like I said, I live in the family housing with my kids. This night, I've been reflecting a lot on this night, and I wrote a paper, right? The romanticization of the gang culture. I was romanticizing it because I joined my gang. I don't come from like a family that my mom was addicted to drugs, or that she was a bad mom. She was a pretty good mom. And we have a good relationship right now, me and my mom. And I have a 12-year-old daughter now that kind of gives me a hard time sometimes, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. And I sit there and I talk to my mom like, oh, Victoria did this, Victoria did that. And she told me, well, when you were growing up, when I would hear that phone ring at 2, 3 in the morning, she said she would say a little prayer. I hope he's in jail. And then I'd tell me, can you come identify this body? And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how I would feel if I had that feeling with my kids. That's horrible. And I sat there and I apologized to her for putting it through that. She said she would stay up all night waiting for me to come home, and then she would go to work herself. And I try to share my experience with my kids so they don't, like other people said, they don't want their kids going through the same stuff. And that's why I work so hard to normalize education with them. My son, my 4-year-old, learned how to ride his bike on UCLA campus. We have dinner sometimes in the dining hall, so they know what education is. When I say education is a great equalizer, I strongly believe that. And if it wasn't for school, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. And I love it. I got a chance to go back into a school called Highland Park Continuation, and I was supposed to do a mediator program. I ended up doing a mentorship. I got to see kids, young men, that are going through the same things I was going through. And I told them, well, do you know about community college? And a lot of them didn't. They didn't. I'm like, well, you go to trade tech, you get a trade certificate, you go get an AA, you go transfer out, go to UCLA. And a lot of them didn't think it was possible, and because they're at a continuation. And I'm like, man, I got a prison GED, and I'm at UCLA. Like that, it doesn't matter. But today I live good, and I thank you, Homeboy Industries, for giving me the opportunity and giving me that chance to show what I got. And I never thought I would be able to do everything that I'm doing. And I'm continually going back into my community and trying to help other young men and women that are going through the same struggles. And it's a trip when people think, well, I'm just gonna join a gang, might as well, But it's not might as well. There's other options. There's other pathways. Let's start showing a different discourse through education. Let's start opening this dialogue. I mean, if I could make it with 3 kids at UCLA, I'm pretty sure anybody can. But thank you for this award.